Okay, so full disclosure, if that last video seemed like I stopped kind of abruptly in the middle of a lesson, it's because when I then proceeded to make the text clickable, it did not work correctly. So rather than redoing all that, I think it was important to actually see a mistake and then be able to see it as a teachable moment and then do a course correction. So what I was using, if you recall, I was trying to do this kind of thing where we are looking at what sprite is displayed and make decisions based upon it. For some reason, that doesn't scale well. So it might have been human error, might have been a technical limitation, but there's an alternative anyways, and that's really what the point of this video is. If you can't get something to work, make an alternative. I was trying to minimize how many variables are being used because you have to be careful because sometimes you have overlapping variables with overlapping purposes. So I tried to avoid creating too many variables, but I just can't get this to work for some reason. So we're just going to go ahead and add a variable to plant control. So just to make sure we're all on the same page, because as I said, I proceeded, changed the script, and then had to undo my changes. So I need to be back to where we were at the end of the last video. So this is what text info should look like if you want to pause the video. Hadn't made any changes here. This is just the script that's attached to the 3 text objects, and that based on the name of the object, the text will read and have certain values. This is the script that is attached to the tools. Shouldn't be any other changes here as well. This is made aware of the cursor and the seed inventory objects, and depending on the name of the object you're clicking on, changes the current tool, and we modified it so that clicking on seeds now moves the menu. So rather than setting the value to seed, it now makes the seed inventory appear on the screen. There's no changes done to GM script. So really all the change that we have to look at is plant control. So again, everything in the last video works fine, but to make the actual planting work, we're going to undo something that we started to do in a previous video. And that is, in the update section, just gut it. Usually I try to take an iterative approach, but in this case just gut what you have in the update script. We'll rewrite it, and certainly doesn't hurt to rewrite code from time to time. Keeps it fresh in your mind. This should all also be the way it was at the end of the last video. Based on the name of the current tool, we'll make a determination as to what occurs when you then click on the plant. So this should all be as it was. So the only thing that's really going to change is right in here in the update section. So first, we're going to add a variable, and it's going to be a non-static variable because we need it to be unique to each and every plant. So public string, and we'll call it current seed. Yeah, we'll call it current seed. And what's going to happen is when you click on the plant, that value will change, which is not what was happening before. So this is the plant control script, which is attached to the 3 plants. So on mouse down if it's scythe, if it's seeds, and if it's bucket. So that's all fine. So we're not going to make a change there yet. Let's save that. And what we are going to do is we're going to go back to tools. We're going to go back to text info, and this is where we need to start making changes. So outside of update, outside of start, void on mouse down. So we're going to use the game object name. So basically we're mirroring the checks here, but not what gets done. So let's grab these, copy them right into on mouse down. Now what we're going to do is we get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this. So what we said is that based on the text object you're clicking on, that is what the tool value should be set to. The tool is set in GM script dot current tool equals sunflower. GM script dot current tool equals carrot. GM script dot current tool equals potato. So this is the script that's attached to the three text objects based on the name of the text object. When it's clicked on, current tool will no longer be just set to seeds like it was set before. It will now be set to the name of the seed. So that's part of what we need. The other thing that we need to do is the plant control. So void on mouse down, so similar function. And what we need to do is we need to get rid of this. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to change it. So rather than being seeds, it'll be the name of the seed. So sunflower. And carrot. So in other words, we have to match what we put in here for the name, because we said current tool is that or that or that. So as you see, we're checking current tool, so it has to match sunflower, carrot, potato. We should still be able to use this here. So even though we're checking for no plant, that didn't seem to be the problem. Now this plant's a sunflower. This should plant carrot. And this should plant potato. Let's go ahead and save that. Okay, so if everything is working as intended, when you click on the text, it sets the current tool to a certain value, and then when you click on the plant, it checks to see what value tool is set to, and then sets the plant to that corresponding image. So now what we have to do is we have to use that new value, so current seed. So current seed equals, one equals only, not two, sorry about that. So current seed equals sunflower. Current seed equals carrot. Current seed equals potato. So that's what we didn't have before. We didn't have a separate variable to track what was being planted. And I probably should have just done that right along, but like I said, I was trying to minimize variables that were being used. So Now what we do is we come into the update section. We're just going to rewrite what we did before. So a little bit's redundant, but like I said, sometimes you have to break the code to make it work. So if, and we said watered. Actually, we're going to check for watered, but we need to check grow time. So if current seed, let's see, current seed starts off null. So let's just actually type that out. Okay. So if current seed is not equal to null, so as long as current seed is equal to anything other than null, then we're going to do that time calculation. So we said it was grow time plus equals time dot delta time. Let's put that into its brackets before I make a mistake. So if you haven't seen that before, to check to see if a variable is not equal to a value, because you can check to see if it's equal to a value, but if you have like 10, 20, 30 values, it's easy to check what it's not equal to. So it's an exclamation point and then an equal sign. So if current seed is not equal to that blank, which is what it starts off as, then start the grow time. If grow time is, let's increase it a little bit. Let's go up to 5 seconds so we have a little bit more time. So if grow time is greater than 5, and we said watered. If grow time is greater than 5 and watered is still equal to no, trying to think what the best way to do it. Do we want to do? Yeah, we can just do this as a standalone so it doesn't get too complicated. So if grow time is greater than 5 and watered is equal to no, then we'll set current seed is back to blank, and we want to set grow time back to 0, and we want to set get component sprite renderer sprite is set back to no plant. So basically the plant dies. However, if grow time is greater than 5 and watered equals yes, then we're going to check a few things. So if, now rather than using the sprite images, what I was trying to do, we're going to just use that variable. So if current seed equals, can use the double equal since it's an if, equals the sunflower, oops, that was hideous. What the? Oh. Human error. So if current seed is equal to sunflower, then we want to change the sprite to Sunflower 2. Now we're just going to repeat these in here. Current seed is equal to carrot. This should be set to carrot 2. And lastly, if it's set to potato 2. I think that's everything. We didn't change when something gets watered because we said the bucket was fine, so that's down here. What we changed primarily was we got rid of seed and on mouse down and specified the 3 different types of seed, and like I said, we just scrapped this and redid it from scratch. Now let's see if this works. Oh, got an error message, 3522, 35... Oh, the double equal sign. Might as well check the other ones, the double equal sign. Alright, that might do it. Okay, so we cut, plant, we water, they become sunflowers. Cut, we plant, we water. Perfect. We cut, we plant, we water. There's the potatoes. Horrible looking potatoes, but there they are. So let's see if we're quick enough to do this. We're going to sunflower, we're going to carrot, we're going to potato. Excellent. So, I apologize for the kind of confusing bit to the video. What I'll do is I'll upload the updated scripts, but that should do it. That's probably a good place to stop, because now we've replaced the single-click seed to opening a menu, and like I said, now you can just expand on that. You know, we only used 3 different ones. You could simply make the window bigger, and then just add more text, and that should do it.